Most people think Claude is a chatbot. Meanwhile, this morning it read my inbox and drafted my replies. It cleaned a folder of 200 receipts into a spreadsheet with working formulas. It runs jobs for me every Monday at 7 AM while my laptop is closed. And a few weeks ago, it built me a real app, and I can't code. One subscription does all of that today, and most people are using maybe 10% of it. This is the full course. 3 pillars: automate your life, build real things, and turn both into income. Everything demonstrated live, nothing hyped, and stay to the end, because the last chapter is the single workflow that saves me the most hours every week. You can copy it in about 10 minutes, but it only makes sense once you've seen the rest. This is the Money Lab. Let's get you the other 90%. Here's the map, so you know every minute earns its place. First, a fast tour of what Claude actually is in 2026, because it's now a family of tools and most people only ever meet one of them. Then the 10-minute setup that turns it from a chatbot into a system. Pillar 1, automation. Your inbox, your calendar, your files, your errands handled. Pillar 2, building. We go from idea to a working product. Live on screen, no code knowledge needed. Pillar 3, money. The 5 honest paths from these skills to income, and how I'm walking 2 of them myself. Then the payoff chapter, my Monday briefing workflow, the one I'd keep if I had to give up everything else. And we finish with a 30-day plan you can screenshot, no magic, real friction included. Let's go. 5 minutes, the whole stack. Live, 1 subscription, Claude Pro, about $20 a month, and it includes every tool you're about to see. First surface, Claude, the chat app, web, desktop, phone, even voice. This is the thinking partner, writing, research with live web search, analyzing any file you throw at it, PDFs, Word, Excel, images. But watch this, because it changed everything. It doesn't just read files anymore, it makes them. I ask for a budget spreadsheet, and I get a real Excel file, formulas working, ready to open. Second, projects and memory. Projects keep each area of your life in its own room, with its own files and context. And memory means Claude actually remembers you, your preferences, your ongoing work, across every conversation. It's the difference between a stranger and an assistant. Third, connectors. This is where automation starts. Claude can plug directly into Gmail and Google Calendar or Microsoft 365, and not just read, it can draft and organize email and manage calendar events, plus Slack, Canva, and more. Watch what needs a reply today. And there's my morning triaged. Fourth, Claude Code. Same brain, but it lives where your files live, and it can act, create, run, fix, finish. It's how non-coders build real software now, and it's pillar 2. Fifth, co-work. Claude Code's power with zero terminal. You point it at a folder and give it a job. It organizes files, builds decks, writes spreadsheets, and it can run multi-step work on its own. And the one that genuinely feels like the future, scheduled tasks. Define a job once, every Monday at 7. Do this, and it runs in the cloud, laptop closed. 6. Claude in Chrome, an extension that works inside your browser. Reading pages, filling forms, running little workflows where you actually live online. That's the stack. Chat to think, connectors to reach your life, code and co-work to act, Chrome to act in the browser, on a schedule if you want. 10% of users know the first one. You now know all 6. Let's set you up. 10 minutes of setup separates the chatbot users from everyone else. 4 moves. 1. Get the desktop app, not just the browser tab, and the phone app. 2. Connect your life. Settings, connectors, switch on your email and calendar. Claude asks permission before it touches anything, and you approve each action, which is exactly how it should be. 3. Turn on memory, then tell it the basics once: who you are, what you do, what you're working towards. 30 seconds now, paid back every single day. 4. Make 3 projects: life admin, building, and money. Everything we do for the rest of this course lives in one of those 3 rooms, with its context saved. That's it. You now have a configured system, not a toy, and it cost you 10 minutes. Pillar 1. Let's win your hours back. 3 demos, 3 chunks of your week, handled. Demo 1, the inbox and the diary. Watch. Go through today's email. Tell me what actually needs me. Draft replies for those in my tone, and put anything with a date in my calendar. It comes back with 4 need you, here are the drafts. 2 deadlines added. I review. I tweak 1 draft. Approve. Done. 8 minutes of admin became 90 seconds. And notice I stayed in charge. It drafts, I decide. That's the pattern for everything. Demo 2, the folder of shame. Everyone has one. Mine's called Sort Later. It's 200 receipts, screenshots, and PDFs deep. I point coworker at it, organize this by type and date, then build me an expense spreadsheet, date, vendor, amount, category, with totals by month, and it just does it. Folders appear, then the spreadsheet, real formulas, working totals. Look at the total. That number would have taken me a Saturday morning to produce, and honestly it flagged 2 duplicate receipts I'd have missed. One correction, it misread one scanned receipt, so I fixed that cell. 95% done for me is still a Saturday saved. Demo 3, put it on a schedule. Anything you do weekly, Claude can now do on a timer, in the cloud, laptop closed. Every Friday at 4, summarize this week's receipts folder into the expense sheet and flag anything unusual. Saved. That job now happens every week whether I remember it or not. We'll build the big one, my Monday briefing, in the final chapter, and it builds on exactly this. Steal any of these 3 today, and this video already paid for itself in hours. Half your admin doesn't live in files, it lives in browser tabs. Claude in Chrome is an extension that puts Claude inside the page you're on. 3 real uses, research, and comparing 2 savings accounts across 3 tabs of small print. Read these pages and give me the real differences, including the fees they don't headline. Table, done, 60 seconds, sources on screen, forms. It can fill the boring repeated fields of an application. From what I tell it, I check every box before submitting, and nothing gets sent without me, and repeat workflows. The little sequences you do every week on the same sites, it can learn and rerun while you watch. One honest boundary, I don't let any AI touch payments, passwords, or anything financial without me driving. It's not about the tool being bad, it's about keeping a human on the money. That rule stays. Everything else browser shaped, fair game. So that's pillar 1. Inbox, files, schedules, browser. Conservatively, that's 5 to 10 hours a week back, which raises the real question. What are those hours worth? That's where the money starts, and it's not where most people think. Quick reality check, because this is the Money Lab and we care about the numbers. If your time is worth even $25 an hour, 7 hours a week back is over $9,000 a year of capacity. That's the first income, not money in, but hours back. And hours are what you'll spend to earn. Here's my proof that this isn't theory. I work in finance as a controller, and Claude is woven through how I work. The analysis grunt work, the reconciliation checks, the report drafting, hours every single week. Those reclaimed hours are exactly what let me build 2 things on the side. JPS Finance, my consultancy helping finance teams do what you're watching right now, and yes, a real app built with Claude, which is its own story for another video. I'm not special, I just spend the recovered hours on things that compound. That's the whole model this course is teaching. Automate to buy back hours, spend the hours building, then charge for what you've learned. Which brings us to pillar 2. Time to make something real, and stick around, because the payoff chapter at the end is where all of this clicks together into one workflow. You don't need to be technical to build anymore, but you do need a good idea, and this filter finds one in an evening. 3 lists. Problems you have, problems your job has, and problems people already pay to solve. Then 3 stamps on every candidate. Is it specific? A budgeting app is dead on arrival. A tool that finds subscription creep can win. Because specific beats general when you're small. Can the first version exist in a weekend? If not, shrink it until it can. And would you still care next month? Momentum dies on ideas even you don't love. The winning pattern is always the same. Boring problems felt weekly by people you can reach. For our live build, I'm using one from my world. A little tool that scans a bank statement export and exposes all the subscriptions quietly bleeding you. Specific, weekend sized, and everyone hates the problem. Watch how fast this becomes real. Empty folder to working product. Honest highlights, 1 hour of real-time compressed. First, the 1-page brief. What it is, who it's for, what version 1 does in 5 bullets, what it looks like, and what's deliberately left out. This page is the highest leverage thing in the whole pillar. Claude Code will build whatever you describe with total commitment. So vague, brief, confidently wrong product. I open Claude Code, paste the brief, and add 1 magic line. Ask me questions before you start if anything is unclear. And look, it interviews me. Should data stay on the user's device for privacy? Yes. Work from a CSV bank export? Yes. Estimate yearly costs? Yes. I'm answering like an owner in plain English, like texting a contractor. Then it works. Plan first, then files appearing, and I want to be honest, I don't understand most of this code, and I don't need to. 2 minutes later, running at localhost 3000. Browser, there it is. I feed it a sample bank export, and there's the product. Every recurring charge, monthly, yearly, and the headline. You are spending $1,340 a year on subscriptions. That number is the product. It's a bit ugly, and one row is wrong. It flagged the one off as recurring. 20 minutes ago, it didn't exist. That's an MVP, and its only job, proving the idea works, is done. 2 more beats you need to see. It breaks, I ask for a change, white screen. The entire debugging skill you need as a non-coder is one move. Copy the error, paste it, please fix. It reads it, explains it in English, repairs it. 60 seconds. And save points. Before big changes, tell it to commit your work. A checkpoint you can always roll back to. Break, paste, fix, continue. Do that 5 times and it loses all fear. Finally, the design pass. Because working but ugly doesn't sell. Restyle this like a modern finance app. Dark navy, one green accent, generous spacing, large friendly numbers, and make it work beautifully on a phone. 2 minutes before and after. Same product. Now it looks like something you pay for. A product on your laptop is a diary entry. Let's make it real. Help me put this online so anyone can use it from a link. Walk me through it step by step. It picks a free host, gives me the steps, and 90 seconds later there's a URL. I open it on my phone over mobile data. Anyone on Earth can now use the thing that didn't exist last weekend. Getting paid is one more link, not a coding problem. Storefronts like PAYOFF or Gumroad handle checkout, and Claude will add the button for you. Free tiers cover your first hundreds of users, so the total running cost so far is still that $20 subscription. One responsibility beat, our tool handles financial data, so it processes everything on the user's own device and stores nothing. That was the very first question Claude asked back in the build, and it was building towards this moment. If your idea touches sensitive data, have that conversation before you share the link. Pillar 3. 5 honest paths from everything you've just learned to actual income. Easiest first, each with its catch, because there's always a catch. 1. Bank the savings. Automation hours plus a tool like our subscription auditor, finding $1,300 a year. You've been paid already. Catch. It doesn't scale beyond you. 2. Sell it as a product. Package the tool, one-off price on PAYOFF or Gumroad. Share it in the exact forums where you validated the pain. Catch. One-off products need a stream of new buyers. Free. Rent it. A few dollars a month for the hosted version. The micro SaaS dream is real, but it's the slowest path because now you run a service, support, updates, uptime. Earn your way here after path 2 proves demand. 4. The underrated one, sell the skill, not the tool. What you now know how to do, automating a workflow, turning a problem into working software in a weekend, is worth real money to small businesses drowning in manual work. One local business with a spreadsheet nightmare pays more than 100 app downloads. This is exactly what JPS Finance is. Me selling this skill into the world I know. Finance teams. Your industry has the same gap, and you have the insider knowledge. 5. Build in public. Document what you make, show real numbers. Let the audience become the asset. Slowest compounding path. It's literally this channel. Start at 1, prove people care, climb. The classic mistake is starting at 3 with no proof. And keep watching, because the final chapter workflow is what keeps all 5 of these running on autopilot. Whichever path you pick, there's boring work around it. Finding customers, writing proposals, invoices, keeping the numbers straight. Claude runs that side too, and this is where the pillars stack. Client research, find 20 local businesses that still take bookings by phone only, and draft a short honest outreach note for each, in my voice, no spam. A morning of prospecting in minutes, you review every word before anything sends. Proposals, I keep one great proposal in my money project. Claude adapts it per client in 30 seconds, because memory knows my services and my tone. Invoices and books, month end, Cowork turns the folder of payments and receipts into a clean summary spreadsheet, money in, money out, who hasn't paid. And content, if you're on path 5, one honest build log turned into a post, a thread and a short script, in your voice, from your bullet points. None of this replaces doing good work. It removes the drag around the work. The result is that one person can now run what used to take a small team, part-time. That's the quiet revolution in this whole course. Before the payoff, the honesty chapter, because trust is the only currency this channel has. What it costs, about $20 a month, and your evenings for a couple of weeks. What Claude can't do, it can't want it for you, it can't know your users for you, and on complex work it still makes confident mistakes, which is why you saw me checking drafts, fixing a receipt, and keeping a human on the money. Treat it like a brilliant, tireless junior. Enormous output, needs review. What's realistic? Hours back in week 1, a live product inside a month, first income in a few months, if you pick a real problem and actually tell people, and possibly 0 because most first products don't take off, and that's fine. The first build is training, not payday. The skill, problem to brief to products in a weekend is permanent, it compounds, and nobody can take it off you. $20 a month is an absurd price for that skill, right? The chapter 1 promised you at the start. Let's build a Monday briefing. If I could keep only one workflow from this entire course, it's this one. Every Monday at 7 AM, while I'm asleep, Claude builds my week. Here's the whole thing, live, and then the exact prompt is on screen for you to copy. One scheduled task, in the cloud, laptop closed. The instruction, every Monday at 7, read my calendar for the week and flag conflicts and gaps. Go through the weekend's email and list what needs me. Drafts ready. Update my money sheet from the receipts and payments folder. In, out, anything unusual. Check progress on my building project against last week and deliver it all as one page. My week, my money, my next 3 actions. And here's this morning's real briefing. My week laid out, 2 drafts waiting for approval, the money numbers, and my 3 actions for the week. This single page replaces the hour of Monday scrambling I used to do, and more honestly, it replaces the things I used to forget. It's every pillar of this course in one artifact. Connectors reading my life, co-work doing the work, a schedule running it without me, and me staying the decision maker at the top. Pause the video, the full prompt is on screen right now. Change the folder names, change the time, make it yours. 10 minutes to set up, 52 Monday mornings a year, handled. Your plan, deliberately boring. Week 1, the 10-minute setup, then automate one thing, your inbox or your folder of shame. Week 2, set up your Monday briefing and run the idea filter. Week 3, build your weekend version, small and embarrassing, exactly like you watched. Week 4, ship it, share it where the problem lives, and tell 5 people. 1 month from now, you're someone who automates and builds. Screenshot the plan, it's on screen now. If this course earned it, the like genuinely helps honest AI content beat the hype. And subscribe, because everything here becomes ongoing experiments on this channel, including the full story of the app I built, what happened when real people used it, and the real numbers as JPS Finance grows. I read every comment. Tell me the first thing you're going to automate, and I'll flag the pitfalls before you hit them. This has been the Money Lab. Now go get your hours back